What's going on, online fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money Online Training Podcast. This is the #1 show for online fitness coaches who are trying to grow a successful online business. In today's episode, we're talking about this idea about changing one person's life. And so if you're an online trainer or a fitness coach, this episode is specifically for you. Now, before we get into today's episode, I want to read out a rating that I got on the podcast. This one says, freaking brilliant. Yo, B Mark, love your podcast, bro. Always getting value, mindset shifts, and just overall greatness, bro. I listen to it every single day. I literally feel off if I don't listen to it. Keep motivating, bro. You're changing lives. I'm proud of you, fam. By the way, this is Daniel at Get Fit with Dan. Yo, Get Fit with Dan. Thank you so much for sending me this rating. I appreciate you. If you enjoy the podcast, the Change Lives, Make Money Online Training Podcast, you can go to the podcast app and you can rate it. Literally, you go to the episodes, scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you can leave me a star rating and review. If you leave me a review on the podcast, I will give you a shout out on the podcast. Also, for those of you guys that like winning money, if you guys want to win $1,000 cash, all you got to do to be entered to win $1,000 cash is screenshot this podcast, share it to your Instagram story, tag me at BMarkFit so that I know that you're tuning in, and let me know. On March 30th, 2021, I'm giving away $1,000. I'm literally going to send somebody $1,000 USD over PayPal. No catch. All you have to do, screenshot the podcast, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at BMarkFit. Let me know that you're tuning in, and I will give you $1,000 cash. I'm going to choose somebody and give somebody $1,000 cash. All right. So before we get into today's podcast, I'm going to do a little bit of a personal personal story. So I changed my username on TikTok to BMarkFit instead of BMarkInspires. Now, the biggest reason for me that I did that is I want my TikTok to represent what my brand and my business is currently about. And so for me right now, what I'm doing is I'm long-term, my goal is to be a motivational speaker. So within the next 3 to 5, I would say 5 years, probably, I want to be on stage, motivational speaking. That's the thing that I want to be doing. But right now I'm doing a lot. Right now I'm a business coach for online fitness coaches. And so because I had the motivational TikTok and because I was doing business coaching as well as motivational stuff, I felt like I was getting pulled in two different directions. So my TikTok is no longer at BMarkInspires, it's at BMarkFit. And all of my content on TikTok is going to be for online fitness coaches. And so if you guys want more online fitness coaching content from me, it's at BMarkFit on TikTok. My goal is to be the #1 business coach for online fitness coaches for the next few years. And so for me, putting out two types of content, like motivational stuff sometimes and business content sometimes, I was just kind of pulling myself in two different directions. And so my TikTok now is going to be how to start and run your online fitness business. And I'm going to continue to my aspirations of, I want 1.6 million followers on TikTok this year. So that's my goal. It's on my vision board. So I'm going to be heading towards that goal every single day. Let's fucking go. So follow me at BMarkFit on TikTok for more online trainer content. All right, guys, we're talking about changing lives today. We're talking about changing one person's life today. For online fitness coaches, have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? Literally just kind of you go into the day and you're kind of going through the motions and you're kind of you're posting your content, but you're just posting it for the sake of posting it. And you're getting on your Instagram stories, but you're getting on the Instagram stories for the sake of getting on your Instagram stories. And you feel like you're kind of working on your business, but sometimes working on your business can cause you to burn out and you feel like you don't really want to work on your business. And it's content creation kind of becomes boring and you're just kind of producing for the sake of producing. Have any of you guys as content creators and online coaches felt like that? You literally just start producing content for the sake of producing content without actually putting thought and intention to it. You just realize that slowly but surely, you're kind of just it's just boring to make content. Now I know what that feels like because I've been there. I've been a content creator where I was literally yo, man, I'm not actually enjoying going on live. I'm not enjoying, doing my stories. I kind of just felt like I was just doing it for the sake of doing it. So I've been there where it feels boring and it feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over again. And it's not really doing anything for me, because sometimes when we're working on a business, we feel unmotivated. It gets to a point where we feel I don't want to do this right now. I'm not excited. So today, in today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about how to make a shift in your business. I want to talk to you guys about how to make a shift in your mindset, shifting towards this idea of feeling good every time you work on your business, shifting towards this idea of feeling inspired every time you work on your business, shifting to this idea of your business becoming effortless and easy rather than hard and struggling, and shifting to feeling blessed and unstoppable rather than like a feeling of like heaviness, like you're grinding. Now, I'm going to read you guys a text that I got from somebody this weekend. All right. And I was like chilling, enjoying my weekend, do my Valentine's Day. And I got this text from somebody and it said, "What are you doing to my boy? He got up so early and then he asked me to take him to the gym." Now, this is a text that I got from a mom, and who it's the mom of a kid that's in my Young and Ambitious program. So right now I'm doing a Young and Ambitious program where I'm working with 14 to 18-year-old kids. And the mom of one of the kids that is in the program texted me and said, "What are you doing to my boy? He got up so early and he asked me to take him to the gym." Now, this is a 14-year-old boy that's in my Young and Ambitious program that's seriously struggling with self-confidence. And like literally this, the last workout program, I told him to believe in himself, that anything's possible, that he can have the body that he wants as long as he works hard. And so I took this boy who's struggling with confidence, I told him to believe in himself, and now he's working hard. Super cool feeling. Kirsten and I were driving in the car on the way back from the gym this morning, and she looks at me and she's like, "You know that you're changing my brother's life, right?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "You're changing my brother's life." So her brother is the guy that comes to the gym with me every morning and films all the videos that I do for my TikToks. He films every single video that I do, and then I like put them as motivational clips, and then I post them on TikTok, or I put them as like online training clips. I post them on TikTok. He films me from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. every single morning. And then after that, what he does is he does his workout. Now, he never did his workout before. Like he never used to wake up early and work out in the morning. But because like he's around me all the time and I'm exuding this positive energy, like being around me is changing his life. Now he's working out, he's exercising in the morning. And Kirsten's like, "I just want you to know that like I feel good. Like I just want you to know that like you're changing my brother's life." Now, guys, this feeling, the feeling of being able to impact another human's life for the better, I'm telling you, is the best feeling that you will ever experience in the world, period. The best feeling. Now, I want to talk to you guys about how I show up to what I do. And I want to inspire you guys to show up, and girls, by the way, and show up in the same way that I show up every single day for everybody that I interact with on a daily and consistent basis. Now, I want you to imagine, Online Fitness Coach, that you have a live stream that you committed to, or you have a post that you said you were going to write, and you're tired and you don't really want to do it, but you do it, and like, but you're low energy and you're kind of just doing it for the sake of doing it. You're lethargic and you're just doing it to get it done. And the live stream gets done or the post gets done, but it's not impactful. And you just kind of put it out for the sake of putting it out. When another person reads that piece of content or listens to that live stream, because you delivered it with low energy, low intensity, low vibrations, it doesn't really make an impact. So it's out there and it's like content, but it's not really doing anything. Now, I want you also to imagine that you have a live stream that you committed to, and you're tired and you don't want to do it, but you fucking say to yourself, like, "I'm going to change one person's life today." And you mean it. Like before you get on the live, you're like, "I'm going to change one person's life today. I'm going to make a positive impact on one person that watches my content today." And it doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, 5, or 10 people that show up, or 100. I'm going to make sure that I show up as my most powerful self so that one person listening can get one piece of value that can impact their life in a positive way. And you're tired and you don't want to do it, but you say to yourself that you're going to do it, and you show up with passion, energy, and intensity, and the live gets done, and all of a sudden, boom, it hits somebody. And it hits hard, and something that you said on that live stream, there's somebody that takes that and implements it immediately and sees a difference in their life. Guys, literally on my vision board, there's a quote that says, "Change one person's life today." I'm going to grab it right here. I operate every single day with this quote. And if you're watching the podcast, you can see this. And if you're tuning in, I'm holding a note that says, "Change one person's life today." I operate every single day, and every single interaction that I have and every single thing that I do, I operate with the intention to change one person's life today. And I promise you, Online Fitness Coaches, I promise you, this is the one fucking thing that changed literally everything for me. This is the one thing that changed everything for me. Like I've always had this like drive and this intense passion to succeed and do well at those things that I'm doing. But the one thing that changed absolutely everything for me was this intention that I'm going to change one person's life today. And every single thing that I do is littered with this intention. It doesn't matter if I have a live stream that I'm showing up for. It doesn't matter if I have a post that I'm writing. It doesn't matter if I'm going to the gym and I'm interacting with members that are at the gym. My goal is to change one person's life today. And guys, this is the best part about this intention, right? This is the best fucking part, because I think that content creation can be like boring and monotonous and seem tedious when you forget the impact that you can have on somebody's life today. Like, do you know, like, you could literally go on your Instagram story today and you could say something and you could say something that hits somebody so hard that they make a positive shift and they go from like feeling absolutely depressed to they get out of bed, they put their shoes on and they go for a workout and they feel better about themselves. Like, you know that you can fucking do that. And if you did that day after day after day after day, that like you would have a positive ripple effect on the universe, and like your life would have meaning, and like your presence on this earth would make other people's lives better. Like, are you aware of that? Like, do you understand how fucking cool that is? I think sometimes we forget about that because we start chasing things that don't actually matter. Like, we're like, oh, I want to sign more clients, and oh, I want to make more money, and oh, I want to do all these things. And like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that like chasing goals isn't important, but what I am saying is that when you chase goals for the sake of chasing goals without remembering like what you're actually doing in the first place, you're going to lose sight of like why it actually means something to fucking go after your goals. Like for me, like I honestly believe that success without impact is completely useless. Like if I were to achieve monetary success without positively impacting the lives of those people around me, then like I wouldn't be doing something that I like. It's not something that I'd be aligned with. And I think that's why you're listening to this podcast too. Like, you're an online fitness coach because you care about helping people. Otherwise, you wouldn't be an online fitness coach. Like, you could get into fucking real estate or like banking or some other like stocks, something else. But like, you're in the human services business because you like changing people. Like, you like helping people. So like, why don't we make that the focus in like every single thing that you do? Every single thing that I fucking do has that focus. Guy, I'm not joking when I say this. Every person that I talk to every single day, in the interaction with, I hope you have the best day of your life. I literally, every single person. It doesn't matter if I'm getting a coffee from a barista at Starbucks, or I'm saying goodbye to the front desk girl that works at Iron Energy Gym when I'm leaving. I literally say like, bye, I hope you have the best day of your entire life. And I like honestly mean it. Like, I'm overly optimistic so that maybe that one thing that I say makes that person's day better, and they go on feeling better because that one thing that I said. Every person that I communicate with regularly, my goal is to leave them feeling better than when I entered the conversation. Like, I want my life to mean something. I want my life to have a positive impact on the world. Every post that I write for social media, when I write my post, I'm like, I'm going to like impact one person. Like, this post is going to hit. Like, somebody's going to read this post and they're going to go, yo, like shit. Like, this is intense. Every live that I do, I literally say to myself before I get on the live, like, I'm going to change one person's life today. I will fucking change one person's. So there's going to be one person that's listening to me that goes from unmotivated to motivated, that goes from feeling tired to getting out of bed, that goes from like not wanting to work on their business to like, holy shit, I'm fired up. There's going to be one person that takes what I'm saying and implements it in their business immediately. And for me, guys, I also like, this also comes down to like when clients enroll in my program. Like, if you're in the 10K Coaching Academy right now, if you're in the academy, like, you know, like, you fucking know. If you're in the academy, you know that not only me, like, I have that like belief, it's also a belief that I've instilled in every single coach that works for my company. Like, every single interaction that you have with somebody that works with PT Domination is a positive interaction, because we understand the ability and the gift that we have of changing one person's life today. And that's how we show the fuck up. Every person that reaches out to me, I have the intention of changing their life. And like, guys, I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing impact. My goal is to change one person's life today, every single day. One person's life today. And that one person's life today can be like that post that you make. The one person's life today could be like that podcast you do, or that live stream that you do, or that Instagram story that you do, or that TikTok that you do. Change one person's life today. Posting, live streams, stories, videos, content, sales calls. Sales calls is another one. A lot of you guys are afraid of sales calls, but it's like, dude, if you show up to the sales call with the intention to serve and not to sell, You're like, yo, Jenny, like, thanks for booking the call with me. I know that you're struggling right now with your fitness goals, and I would love to help you. And so let's have a conversation about your fitness goals to see if I can help you. Because I honestly think that like this conversation can be super beneficial for you. And I'm excited to chat with you about your goals. Like if you show up with the intention to serve and not to sell, you're going to notice that you get way more sales. And like, this is here's the thing though. Here's the key, right? This is the absolute key. And this is the hard part for a lot of you. All right. This is the hard part for a lot of you. The thing is, this is the thing. You cannot express what you do not possess. I want you to write that down. You cannot express what you do not possess, which means if you're trying to change, so the goal is to change other people's lives, right? If you're trying to change people's lives at a big scale and you want to do it at like a high level and you want to make an impact on the world, the first person that you have to change is yourself, because you can't express what you don't possess. That's why when, my clients graduate from the 10K Academy into the 10K Mastermind, the first thing that we work on is mindset. Because I get my online trainers to a place where they start operating at a higher level, like operating at a higher frequency. And once they're operating at a higher frequency and they change their own life and they change their own negative habits and they get rid of their like limiting beliefs, then they're able to do that at a higher level for more people and they start making more money. And so because they change their own life, they're able to change the lives of others. And I'm going to end with one more thing. If you're an online coach and you are trying to grow your online business and you are trying to change the lives of other people, but you're unwilling to invest in getting your own life changed, you haven't fully bought into the system. And so what I mean is, like, if you're an online fitness coach, you're like, okay, I want to get people to pay me to help them transform their bodies and their minds. Like, people are going to pay me to mentor them, right? But then you yourself are unwilling to pay in order to level yourself up, then you haven't bought into the system yet. You haven't bought into the mentorship and the coaching system. So how can you expect people to pay you when you're not investing in yourself? It's like you don't invest in yourself, but then you're like expecting people to pay you. So you're not willing to invest to change your own life, but then you expect other people to invest to change their life. It literally makes no sense. And so it's like, you can't express what you don't possess. And so if you're trying to grow your business, but you're unwilling to invest in yourself to grow your business, it's like, that's why you're struggling, is because you're trying to cheat the system. You're trying to become successful without getting any help. But then you're going to attract clients that want to do that too, become successful without getting any help. And that's why you're attracting clients that don't want to pay you, because you can't express what you don't possess. Does that make sense? Guys, in summary, going through the motions will kill your progress, right? So if you're just showing up to get on live streams because you think you should, or you're writing posts because you think you should, or you're getting on calls because you think you should, or you're in the DMs because you think you should, you're going to burn yourself out. It's not going to last long. If you're chasing money, like the only reason you became an online fitness coach is so that you could make more money and you could you could have more money to buy more shit. Like it's gonna burn out. Like it's not sustainable. And guys, action without intention is completely useless. Like if you're not like showing up and showing out in every single thing that you do, it's like, it's not worth your time. It's not about what you do. It's about how you show up to what you do. It's not about what you do. It's about how you show up to what you do. And when I say show up, I mean show up. Guys, I want you to write this down on a piece of paper and keep it with you. I have a little sticky note and it says, change one person's life today. And this is how I operate my day every single day. And then I try to pay attention, I try to pay attention to the interactions that I'm with. I'm like, maybe this is the person. Maybe this is the person. Maybe this is the person. Change one person's life today. That's it. Write it down. Keep it with you. Remember it. Don't forget it. This perspective has completely changed the trajectory of my business and the trajectory of my life. Change one person's life today. Guys, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Change Lives and Make Money Online Trainer podcast, the #1 show for online fitness coaches who are trying to grow successful online business. If you got value from this episode and you want to win $1,000 cash, all you got to do is screenshot any podcast episode, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at BMarkFit and let me know that you're tuning in, and I'll enter you to win $1,000 cash on March 30th, 2021. Thanks so much, guys. Have the best day ever, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. What's up, fam? Let's go. Let's freaking go. I'm excited. I'm putting this back on my vision board now. Change one person's life today. That's what we do. That's the goal. Let's fucking go. Got some TikTok support now. I like it. Yeah, so my TikTok now is at BMarkFit. Now, there we go. Change one person's life today. I'm muted. What do you guys think of the potty? What do you think of the potty? Now we can hear you. Mic now, audio. There we go. That's better. There we go. Everybody's like freaking out on Facebook. Like, we can't hear you now. Gray G, thank you. Changey Fit, I love it. I muted myself. I muted myself for the first 2 minutes of my podcast on Friday too. That was hilarious. I feel your energy on mute, says Tyler. That's amazing. It was fire. It was fire. I loved it. Rosie, thank you so much for tuning in. That's amazing. TikTok support, fam. I love it. Carson, so grateful for you tuning in. Thank you so much. Josh, what's up? Can you change for me and be bye, Brian? What? That was an intense message to read. I read that out on loud. Holy fuck. I don't think Kirsten would be down for that. So that's funny. What's up, Jen Jackson 91? Hello. Lewis, how to not feel discouraged when people in the group don't interact. At first I would take a look at your group. So I'd be like, okay, so like, what does my schedule look like? So like, how am I showing up in my group? I would ask myself, like, am I showing up in my group? Because like people will follow your behavior. So Lewis, if you're not showing up in your own group and you're not posting in your own group and commenting back to people right away, then like that's the problem. I would also think about like some incentives to get my group engaged. So maybe doing like a weekly challenge that everybody can engage with. That's super easy. But yeah, you wanna make like ask yourself how you're showing up for your own group. That would be step one. Kelvin says, man, Brian, your podcast literally changes my life every day. If I don't listen, I'm not a 10 out of 10. That's cute, bro. I appreciate that. That's freaking cute. I love that. So freaking true. Ever since I started to focus on changing lives instead of making money, everything right happened. Yes, 100%. You can't express what you don't possess. That's true, Nathan. Huss says, is it possible to burn fat and build muscle at the same time? And how many hours of sleep do you get in a day? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of online coaches on my live that can answer that. And I get about 6 to 7 hours per day. Ryan, it says, I'm from Vancouver, always been ambitious, currently going for my CPT. Bro, that's awesome. Send me a DM, dude. I'm happy to help you. That's freaking amazing. Good for you. All right, guys. Peace and love. That's it. Hope you guys have the best day of your entire life, and I'll talk to you soon. Let's go.